All right, I'm going to base this off an article that I read by Tanya Eberhardt and Michael Carr. It's called The 7 Sins of Personal Branding. But I want to talk about branding in the 80s. Sins. In the 80s, some of you were around, you needed to be with a big company. Right? You needed to be with a big company because they had all the listings. There was no, the internet came, early 90s? It started becoming popular, and then sort of by the late 90s it was popular for real estate. So you needed to be with a big company. You needed the big brand. Everybody went to, say, John Douglas or Coldwell Banker or whoever it was.
Fred Sands.
Fred Sands, yeah, it was huge back then. Gone now. You needed, because they had all the listings. So if you weren't in touch with them, you'd be number 4 or 5 or 6 on the phone call to find out about a listing. Now, 2016, 30 some years later, 30 plus years later, it's all about the internet. Over 93% of all home searches start online. Home buyers and sellers look online, or home buyers, I should say, look online for 3 to 6 months before contacting an agent. Right? So, I know Sherry and I own a real estate company here, Exclusive Realty Inc., but you know what? It doesn't matter what company you're with anymore. The things that matter to be with this company, which you like, is we give you a great commission. We give you a ton of support. We are socially conscious. We have a beautiful office. We're human. Everybody has the same deal here, so there's no divisiveness. We create a family culture. Those things are important to you for being here. If you want the Beverly Hills vibe and that different scene, it's a very different culture, then you know what? Go there to get that culture. Or whatever's important to you. But you need to build your own brand. Nobody cares anymore. And if someone tells you they care, I'll be frank with you. You're not doing enough to create the value that you have as a realtor. They don't see it. They don't know how to decipher your body language, the way you dress, your marketing packages, your response time in getting back to them. They don't know how to evaluate that. But maybe John Smith, who's with Sotheby's, tends to have a together package. So the buyer thinks, oh, I need you to be with Sotheby's. It's not how it works. They don't know. If you can't create your, it's like I tell new agents, if you're a brand new agent and people are always asking you if you're a brand new agent, that's because you're signaling that you're a brand new agent. Right? Senior veteran agents aren't asked, are they a new agent? Why? Because they come across with authority, knowledge, a sense of integrity, purpose. They listen, they respond, they take people in. So if someone's asking you about your company, or to cut your commission, or why do you charge so much, it's because they do not see the value in you. Doesn't have to do with the company, doesn't have to do with anything but you. Again, the support, all those things that are important to you, that's great. Great commission split, that's what matters about the company, right? So, that being said, what are you doing to personally brand yourself? What makes you tick? Yelena is on this green thing, which is fantastic. It's trending, it's where the market's going. If you look at where the market is today, right, and you look at where the market was 30 plus years ago, don't you see the trend? The trend is very, very real and very strong. So if you're not working on building your own brand, you're not in touch with the trend and what's happening in real estate. Back in the 70s and early 80s, you had to have a stockbroker and pay $200-300 a trade. And then Charles Schwab came out as one of the pioneers, as a discount brokerage. And now look where that whole trend has gone. Same in real estate. You know, the days of you guys giving up 30-40% of your commission for some big brand so they can stuff their pockets with your money, those days are gone. It's not necessary. Take that extra 30% and put it into making your own brand. Don't just, throw it away on, I understand you might want a new pair of shoes and a new car and all that, and that's important, but invest some of that money in building your brand. So what is a personal brand? A personal brand is about creating recognition and a feeling about you. People want to feel something. Everything's digital. Think about Coca-Cola. Have a Coke and a smile. What is that? It's a feeling. Right? Think about all these major brands. Look at the people laughing and the fun and the scenarios, or the guy who has a problem and then the doctor comes and then he feels better because of whatever drug it is, or trying to find a home and searching for Zillow, and then the military, the veteran comes home to the new house. That's emotionally moving stuff. So your brand should make people feel something. Yelena's, I feel green. I feel the colors are rich. It's fun. It's vibrant. I feel compassion. I feel somebody has a heart for what's happening on this planet, and is in touch with and intelligent and knowing what the trends are, and is sophisticated in that thing. So if I'm green, if being green is part of my consciousness, and everybody in this room simply gives me their business card, I'm going with Yelena. I am. So think about yourself. Think about what it is that makes you tick. And then your photos and other branding elements. These things go into creating a great image that can excel your business greatly. If done wrong, they can flounder. And maybe even be bad for you. All right? So the number one, the most important thing is for you to differentiate yourself. Now, you're not differentiating yourself as a real estate agent, your profession. No, you're distinguishing yourself within your profession. Why you're different from everybody else. Why they need to work with you instead of working with someone else. Why working with someone else could be detrimental to them if they don't work with you. How are you uniquely positioned to fulfill your customers' needs? Or just as important, why are other agents not suitable? Your brand should reflect who your ideal customer is. You need to focus on, that being said, you need to focus on who you want to serve. Specialists, think about this. What kind of doctor do you want to go to when your knee hurts? A GP, a pediatrician? Pediatrician specializes, general practitioner. I want to go to an orthopedic surgeon. I want to go to an orthopedic doctor. Somebody who specializes in knees. If I'm at a party and I run into an orthopedic surgeon and I have some other malady going on, I might ask him his advice. Just because he's a specialist doesn't mean I'm going to not ask him about something else. But think about what makes, so everybody loves a specialist. Everybody loves an expert. When I got into real estate in the 90s because I didn't have a lot of money, so I wasn't getting all the calls from, the big brokers. I wanted to get my license, so I got my license. I bought units. I had my actor buddies that had the same amount of money as me, and you could buy units in Santa Monica and Venice for 7 to 10 times gross. And I specialized in my actor buddies, helping them buy units and living for free instead of renting an apartment. Now, me and my actor buddies were happy we did that. But it was very specialized. Now, that doesn't mean I didn't work with other people, but people all in that entertainment business as I was an actor. One of my best clients was a guy, he owned a card printing business. Z cards, modeling cards? I think we had about 4, 5, 6 transactions to do. Helped make money for him. I focused and specialized in that realm. Some people are surfers. You know what? Focus on your surfer friends. I met with a surfer, an agent who's a surfer and a martial artist yesterday. Coffee at Starbucks. I'm saying, yeah, you know what? Build your brand. You love surfing. You're going to be out, wealthy people surf. People can afford home surf. This is you. This is your brand. Maybe you, give someone surfboard wax if they give you a referral for someone that might be interested in buying a home. Maybe you send them to Cabo on a surfing weekend if you close a deal with somebody that referred you somebody. Create your brand around your surfing. Martial arts. Maybe your tick is you go into inner city and help kids learn how to defend themselves and have a day of a martial arts day or a self-defense day. What does that look like? Hey, you're a financial planner. Oh my gosh, you have your CFP, I think it is, right? Certified Financial Planner. Maybe you have an event one day, a month, where you bring people together and talk about different financial investments and instruments and how real estate can play a part in your investment portfolio. How units could maybe, buying units and getting the residual income from the units and building that might be able to help put your kid through college. Maybe better than how the stock market might be able to. What is it that makes you tick? What do you want to specialize? What people, you know what? If you love yoga, hang out with yoga people. Give somebody a free yoga class for helping you out. Have, yoga tips on your Facebook page. And then on the website we give you, put yoga tips on your website and drive traffic to your website from your yoga. Be involved in that practice. Soon Bin loves restaurants. He's a great business broker. Food, essential part, right? Think about and this way you're doing the things that you love and creating business from that while you build your brand. So focus on the type of people that you want to serve, specialize, and you're not going to miss people. People are going to be, look, Joe, I know you're an actor. I'm an actor. Schedules are tricky. I can fulfill your needs and help you by understanding your erratic schedule. If you're on a shoot in North Carolina or whatever, we can still facilitate this deal because I understand you. I'm an actor too. Green, I understand how important it is to save the planet and global warming. I'm a surfer. Maybe I like going to crafts show. I'm a crafty and I make baskets and whatever it may be. Find that in you and do it. The next thing you have to be is you have to be really authentic about this. You have to be able to live and breathe this. These need to be qualities when people know you and they look at you and go, yeah, that's her, that's him. That's the person. I get that from people. People say, oh, I saw you in that and it was exactly like you. I'm like, yeah, because I'm just being me. So be very authentic and genuine in what you have so that you have the habits and the inspiration to back it up. Then you're living a true life. Now you're mixing your business with your social desires and growing your brand. Your brand's got to be consistent. There's all kinds of different marketing. Retentive marketing is one of the, you see the big brands like Coke, like Pepsi, Dell Computers, Apple, they all have retentive advertising as well as roll out new products. So you need to have the same, 4 of the same, have your logo, have your taglines, have your message, and have your imagery. But keep your imagery and keep all that consistent. Have 4 different pictures or backdrops that you might use. Don't do any more. And hammer them out consistently on all your materials, all your marketing materials, all the things you do, on your, maybe you have buyer meetings, on your open houses, maybe you have an investment meeting, maybe you have a surf club. Surf club goes real estate, why not? The other thing is you need to back up your brand with content. This is the information age. Everybody wants information. In interviewing agents, I used to be surprised, but now I'm not, at how many people look me up, look at my content, find out about me, find out about the company, find out about Sherry before they come in for an interview. If you don't think people are trying to do that about you, you're crazy.